Go ahead.
All right.
Hey folks, it's me again, coming to you from my garage. Here we have Jason playing Unicorn, and Case once again playing Crane. So in this game we'll see quite a bit of breaks, as opposed to my game with Case, which took quite a bit longer, over an hour. This one is a pretty quick one, coming in around 45 minutes.
Savvy.
He starts with the Savvy. Always good play, opening Crane. I believe that's the Doji Whisperer. He's a cautious scout.
Oh, no, wait,
He looks like a guest of honor.
That's fine.
I saw it there. I'm like, oh, I gotta check this out.
I'm not nearly as familiar with Unicorn art as Jason is, so I can't see a lot of this just by sight. I can't identify the cards by sight. Hopefully you can. And Jason's pretty good about being on camera and saying what's going on, so they're moving quickly to dials. Jason bids 3.
We do steal
I think Case bid 3 as well.
Yes.
All right. Draw phase.
All right.
He's confident.
3.
Pass.
Oh, pass as well.
First player, Case is the first player, so we'll start with always dangerous choice going against Unicorn and Endless Plains, and Jason does have Endless Plains in his deck. Until there's another better one, he's playing with Endless Plains because it just gets rid of somebody. So he goes Void, Cautious Scout. And that's unfortunate for Jason. Case picked correctly. Case wins the lottery.
Yeah, back in there. Oh, these are cards.
Jason, of course, doesn't even have the option of triggering it. It's blank.
Yeah, I'll defend.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll send him over.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
All right.
So that's the newest Unicorn, the Zero Glory that gets to send somebody home.
Pass. Gain of Fates.
All right.
So Jason gains a Fate from his Keeper roll,
I do.
and he gains the Void.
Conflicts. Pass as well. Water.
All right.
Water with the Swift Magistrate. Public Forum for Case. This is interesting. He sent Cautious Scout home, so he's got to deal with Cautious Scout again, unfortunately.
Nothing here?
Yeah, I'll pass. Okay.
Call in favors.
Okay.
Take your judgment. Military air, they're covering him up.
Yeah, I got it. I'll pass.
Yeah. Pass.
Yeah, so it's a quick pass. No breaks.
What's the break? Give him an effort. It's just a public forum. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to really spend resources to give honor to it.
All right.
Anything going on?
I'm good.
No actions between conflicts. These guys are efficient.
A
They are awesome.
No actions.
Why not? I'll dishonor you and honor my gods.
I thought we were still on the turn. Not there.
Not here?
Not there.
Not going to end his planes. Who could have thunk it? But it is before the throne.
Politics.
Silly politics.
Jason's in a hard spot at this point. He can defend with his cavalry, but if I remember correctly, she's too political.
Not defense.
Okay.
So he's gonna
I'll play more games.
take the hit, play court games, have someone
No
dishonor.
action.
And Case dishonors the Doji Whisperer, which of course is the right play.
Pass. Lose your honor.
Yep.
Lose
He gets
this
the Earth, discards Legion of One.
No actions.
card. No actions.
Actually, yeah, actually, go back. You first. So any actions?
Pass.
So they exchange no actions, but then he plays the Wayfinder and he looks at,
I'll actually pass. I'll pass on my first conflict.
and I don't remember what it is. I've already gone through the file to shave it a little bit,
Sure.
but I don't remember what it was.
Horse politics.
Okay.
Horse politics. Woohoo! Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed is talking to the court.
No offense.
Okay. Action. Pass. I'll break.
Yep.
That's a good name for a cavalry, the court
I don't want you
court
doing
deck.
that.
Oh, display of power.
Okay.
Takes the air ring. Takes an honor from Jason. Keeping his honor steady, but public forum does quote unquote break.
Okay.
Anything?
I'm good.
So
nobody's favor.
On favor, but we do.
Get a fade on that.
So he's back to this one.
Favor stays unclaimed. Nice.
Honor.
Case loses an honor to the dishonored Dochi representative, or not, the Whisperer,
I
sorry.
will for shame. So dishonor her balance.
Key Tetsu.
I was court games.
Alright, we're good.
Good.
Keeper for Jason. A yurt, it looks like. Shinjo's scout.
That's fun.
2 favorable grounds, a guest of honor, and maybe a Doji challenger over there for Case.
Actions. I will honor my manipulator. Yes. You can
A
let it once per
reminder,
round.
folks, I'm looking at a not a full screen video, so I can't quite make out this stuff in HD. Even if I've recorded in HD, it doesn't matter.
I will pass though.
Small cards are small cards. Jason is playing, you'll notice, with the cool metal fate tokens from the Stronghold kit. He played in a tournament last week or 2 weeks ago, in which he won those. Wonderful!
Oh.
I won this tournament, so I got a set of them. And I've been playing with them, and they're very slippery. So, and I have kind of big fingers. They're very slippery. If you play with them, it almost requires you to play with a mat, so that they're not sliding on a plastic or wooden
Let's
table.
both get some faith.
They're really cool, but I might stay with the cardboard ones.
Then I'll pass.
And you only get 7 of them, so you need a second set really to play with all of them. Otherwise, you're mixing. And mixing isn't bad. It's just mixing. And who really likes that? That's not a clean table, right?
Draw phase actions.
So they've drawn their cards. Jason's at 7 honor. Weesh. Now, Case, this is a casual tournament. Case is using dice, so I can't really tell what honor he's on. But I do know.
Okay.
Oh, and test the skill goes off. The duelist in play. Way of Crane, Court Games. I think one is a For Shame.
I will pass it on card. Liar. All right.
He takes the Way of Crane, of course.
Pre-conflict. All right. Okay.
If they ever release more duelists, which of course they will, if FFG ever releases more duelists, that test of skill is going to be, could be a very big card. It's not too bad now, but it's not overly powerful. Of course, combines well with Kikiri Yoshi. But with more duelists in the game, that card will just become better. In our last episode, I think it was episode 27, we talked about tribal decks and the possibility that, oh, and he plays another test of skill. Man, he's just hitting big. I don't know if he has any attachments in that deck. You know, I played Case in the first round, and I don't think I remember him playing any attachments. And I don't remember him playing any characters out of his hand, for that matter. He's got 2 honored people, of course, because, you know, way of the savvy. Blammo! That's a powerful combination. As a dabbling Crane player, I'm a Crab player who dabbles in Crane and dabbles in Dragon. And, anyways, in our last episode, we answered a question. We had a listener question about tribal decks, and tribal decks are those decks that rely on a keyword, a single keyword, maybe 2. Duelist would be one of those. Bushi's already, you could also do it, but Bushi are all over the place, so I don't know if that would be considered a tribal deck if you're just relying on Bushi. But I think tribal decks, Berserker tribal decks, Duelist tribal decks, I don't know that there's any keywords really that are even larger than that. The monk keyword, as we brought up in our episode, I really am looking forward to seeing more monks. Hopefully Elemental Cycle will bring us a monk deck through their cards. It's almost possible now in Dragon, but not quite. Not quite. Another mantra. In theory, eventually we would have all 5 mantras, and then you'd have to decide as the Dragon player if you're playing what kind of mix you're going to play with. Jason breaks the public forum.
Already?
And this time I remembered to put in the Broken Provinces
It's a handy little guy.
reminder.
No actions.
I also have no actions.
Okay. I'm gonna take one on.
Draw phase action.
Counter.
This is the second game in a row where
Military,
Casey's flipped 2 favorable grounds on the same turn. And with only 2 characters, I'm not sure that's yay. You're not going yay.
That's not cool.
Oh, that's not the challenger. That's somebody else.
The draw phase.
You?
Not until I get another one of these. Okay.
First section, Legion 1.
Legion of 1 for the scout, gaining 3.
Do you want to remove his faith?
Actually, no, you go. Cancel this.
How many cards left?
5.
Is he close to
So Jason is offering. He's playing Legion of 1.
Okay.
And he
I was
resolves.
going to resolve this. Changes the...
He resolves it a second time.
Action to bring it.
Total plus 6.
I'm just looking.
They're both well
Okay.
attacking.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this is participating.
That's yeah.
Out.
It's my action.
Do you?
Mimic visibility.
You have bringing the guy while attacking.
I'm definitely not gonna attack with her. Okay, I'll pass.
Jason has a good defense going. We'll see what happens with Case.
Let's go through.
Yes, sir.
Banzai. Everybody's asking if it goes through because no one has the favor. So it's assassination. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Metal wording.
I'll pass.
I'm ready.
Wait. Pass.
Trying to break it, huh?
Not breaking
Alright, so next.
I'm going to force
Pass.
your Caillou.
it. Pass.
Yeah.
That's my 2 to you.
Okay. 2. Oh yeah. That breaks. Discard it. You take it.
Joey.
Well, the effects on the event.
And I don't do anything with void because.
They're all-
Oh, you already.
Yeah, because that's the
Oh.
cost to play it.
Gotcha.
That's why I went ahead and did it, because either gonna lose and I gain a fate, or
Draw a
We're
card.
good.
I lose and he loses the fate. So otherwise he's losing his fate. No pre-conflicts.
Alrighty. In comes the Oathkeeper before the throne is broken.
I mean, your guy said it's up, just you.
This is a fast one, guys. I don't find myself needing to really say anything. They're doing a lot of the talking themselves.
No actions from me.
Earth Political.
Before
Before the throne. Oh, that's the one I didn't see last game.
Three cards left.
Yep.
Water military there.
React and got a fate.
One military.
Okay. So 3 attack and 3. Yeah, you go for second action.
Policy debate. Woohoo! So there's the card. There's the restricted list card for Case. And I don't know which one. I'm guessing Charge is the one that Jason is playing.
Yep. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Didn't need that.
Yeah.
Three.
I'm second
pass.
that. You don't do that.
Okay.
Because you have 3 months.
Yeah.
I don't like you with 3 months.
Oh, just in play, like in general.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Send home the savvy politician. That's not military. Never mind. I can't do that.
Alright. It's okay though.
Jason wanted to send home the Savvy, but he couldn't.
So
Because,
I'll pass.
Facility.
I'll go.
Okay.
yeah, that was my action.
Okay.
Conflict actions. I have no pre-conflict action.
So Case is getting out.
At the bottom.
Okay.
Plays captive audience to make it military.
Okay.
Puts you to 4.
Pass.
Recon protection, I pass. Okay.
Jason wants to break this. He's at
Military.
7 honor, but he wants to break it. So he plays a talisman to go to 5.
And it was chain break, so I would be
I'll pass.
I'll pass.
Oh,
I don't
which is a
display of power.
My conflict, I pass.
After Jason puts in
So I'll take 2.
2 or
but
3
gain
cards.
Yep.
Ugh, that's tough. But he does have a second broken province.
No free
1. Oh,
conflicts.
and I draw my card.
Yep.
1 already, yeah, yes. 5.
So Jason still hasn't triggered the Earth Ring.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
valuable.
You pass pre-conflict. Then do air.
Pass me recon protection.
So he passes pre-conflict and they go for air.
Pass. In my face.
Shameful.
On Shameful.
No defenders.
And unfortunately, it's political, so Jason can't even move anybody in,
Go here.
but he can move somebody over.
Aw.
Make you spend cards to break it.
No,
Or I'll
take the,
Gotcha.
take 1 and then.
Use 1.
So Jason is quickly,
Okay.
because it was undefended, he's quickly at 3 honor. Not a good spot for the Unicorn.
We're good.
Oh, gotcha. I was like, take
Against
left.
Crane.
No.
Against Crane running for shame.
My favorite team. The favorite team. He can be helpful.
Actions, I'm gonna sack him.
Puts me to 8, by the way.
5, 6, 7.
Case will have 8 fate, and Jason will have 9, I believe. Oh, maybe Jason does have 2 sets of silver. Oh no, there's 2 regular fate there.
Everything good?
We're good.
Alright. Oh, and I'm no first player.
Yep.
That's actually pretty hot right there.
Now, Case has
There's
favor.
A champ.
There's the champ and there's a yurt.
There is a
a
yurt.
champ, a yurt.
Goddamn.
I think it's a border rider
It's like,
there.
oh, you're at 3.
Jason.
Nope, I'm riding you
Sami. And maybe that's a Doji Challenger for Case?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
7, 12.
This is game 2 of our small tournament. Jason beat a dragon player, and Case played me. I didn't want to be on camera again, so I put the 2 of them together because I figure people, even though Unicorn is kind of bottom of the heap, Jason is a good Unicorn player, and I was hoping
Not generous.
that he would provide a good, entertaining game, and he did. Jason knows this deck in and out. He's played it. He's played Unicorn from the beginning. He's a former Naga player, and he loved. Recently, they announced a Unicorn Naga character, and he flipped out. He was excited as all heck.
Oh, more I can't
It
do.
was wonderful.
I guess the appropriate
The
thing to
Naga
say.
player, the Naga Unicorn is
I
in
got what you're
Elemental.
talking about. I'll draw a card.
Seems good.
We're all very much looking forward to Elemental.
Um,
Disciples was good. It injected some life. The restricted list obviously injected a lot of life and variance into the game. But come 3 weeks from as we're sitting here, or 24 days as I'm sitting here, it's going to be exciting to see those new cards. And yes, it's going to be like those first days when that first 6 and 6 hit.
Yeah.
But wow. So decks are going to be changing.
Don't just forget about
People are
that.
going to be wanting to see the spoilers for all 4 packs so they can get ready for Gen Con. Jason will be judging at Gen Con. I will be playing and judging at Gen Con, along with demoing some games. So we did the judging for the Kikumatsuri last year, and it was a blast. And we wanted to continue to do that at Gen Con and have some fun. I also have the opportunity. I'll be judging, I believe, either day 2 or the proving grounds. I have no illusions that I will get to day 2 should I play. I'm going to play in day 1,
There's your
but I
action.
have no illusions about any of that. So, woohoo! I'm a good crab player. I'm just not that good. So what's going on? What's going on?
No.
We're looking
Think
at
about
2
this
1
now.
breaks.
With poetry.
Yeah, let's bring in your champ.
He's going to pull in Shinjo Altansarne
I'll pass.
with his challenger. With both challengers, I guess. You can bring in
But I
both.
pass.
Honor, dishonor.
Let's go ahead and dishonor.
I'm gonna use her ability.
3 or 4.
Let's honor.
Red dice, there it is. Is it in?
Oh, so he's going to honor the character that's over there.
In an opponent's discard pile.
Okay. 3 conflicts.
Pass.
Void military with a border rider. Woohoo!
My meditations.
No action.
Meditations on the Dow.
Ah.
So these guys keep revealing each other's mirror provinces, which is both exciting and frustrating. When you're on the revealing side, it's great. When you're on the attacking side, not so much.
3, 4. 4. Okay.
See, 3?
Them not flop.
I'll use
Three.
her ability
Oh, favor.
Yeah.
Yep.
to use for my
Oh, it's your favorite, I know.
So here it is, the courtier tricks policy debate.
Okay. So 5 to 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ones.
Yeah.
I was lucky in that Case didn't get any policy debates against me.
Oh, move your.
He might have ruined my day with those policy
Yep.
debates.
Pass.
And then he moves home.
I'll pass.
Pass.
I'll remove Fate, and I'll bring in my keepers.
So you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And Jason triggers the Void Ring and brings in the Keepers, which is huge, right? Huge. Again, 4 glory standing right there. He's got a ring already. Case has a ring.
No actions. Actions? No actions. No actions here. Lose an honor for undefended. I'll break.
I will pass.
Discard Nako.
You already used the
Dishonor
meditation.
Yeah, he's a challenger.
3 conflict action.
Cool.
So he's going water on meditations, I think that is.
I'll turn on all the keepers. I'll like lose more than I need to.
Well, I'm going to take
Yeah, Jason's
your first.
at 5 honor, which isn't
So you're 5.
danger zone, but it's yellow zone for sure.
Pass.
It's not red zone, it's danger zone. It's yellow zone. And he
Pass.
loses 1 there on the water ring, unopposed.
Yeah, we're good. Pass.
And there's another break for Case.
Discard.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
3 conflicts.
So we're 2 to 2.
Ready? I'll pass my circle.
Okay.
He passes. Interesting.
So 4 to 4. 4. So it stays put. Right? Yeah.
Case is counting up the glory. Favor stays where it is, and they do their usual cleanup.
For a total of 7, 12.
And there it is. We have Jason as first player again. Now, Jason does play with Way of the Unicorn, which he has used quite handily against me
I get to resolve.
a few times. And it does get a little frustrating, especially when you want to go first every once in a while. Now, what Unicorn I think really need are more first player advantage,
No
like
defense.
first player token advantage, so that way of becomes more of a thing. You know, Wave Crane, Wave Scorpion,
Breaking, okay.
Wave Crab gets played. Wave Unicorn doesn't really get played a lot. There's Juro coming in. No fade on Juro.
Yeah, I think you agree.
Alright.
Pass.
Conflict actions?
Use
I
his
pass.
action to dishonor.
Your conflict?
Wave the Phoenix doesn't get played, although it might with more ring tricks coming out, which is what Phoenix does, right? They have a whole lot of ring tricks. And Jason goes down to nothing. I think that's the giver of gifts.
I will sack this to fuel fire. Draw card.
Now Crane there, he has 4 characters. There are 5. He's bidding 1. He has Jason is really handcuffed here. He has 1 card in his hand. And can't bid more than 1. Case has 1 fate, so no display of power possibilities at this point.
You lose the honor for the 2 offenders.
And you're coming military.
Jason can go in and break meditations on the Dow.
Clean up, please.
Jason does have a yurt to help him out
Not.
with his honor.
Oh,
Did you play?
I could. I'd rather not.
Legends.
No, Jason definitely wants to go military.
Okay.
No defense.
Okay. I'll break. Okay.
No defense from Case.
And I'll trigger her gold.
Thank you.
He breaks meditations.
One of the cards for me.
And then you want to.
This is the policy debate. Close enough.
Voice of honor. Good pull, Jason. Good pull. Now, again, Jason is at 4 honor. Woo-hoo-hoo. Case can go fire, dishonor people, and really put him in a bind. Everybody on Jason's side is going to fade out.
I will pass.
There is 1 character on Case's side with fate. Here comes the cautious scout. Guess where he's going?
Hey,
Yeah.
look at that. I'm so shocked.
I know.
The defenders. Move in.
3 military for Case. Jason moves in the character so that
Oh, just a. Okay.
moves in the giver of gifts to save himself an honor from the unopposed penalty.
Honor.
We'll see what happens here. Right now, Case is breaking. He doesn't have to play a card.
I will pass.
And for once, Case does not want to policy debate.
That's broken.
If I do the reaction, but I can't because it's.
Right now you can't, yeah.
If you're to go back, yes, it's considered broken.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Send him home.
That was just
I'm gonna declare a.
Oh, it's not the giver. It's her ability. Send home person. Woohoo!
You want to go through there?
I'll pass.
So Jason doesn't win. No.
You do.
Oh, but he moves somebody else in. The commie. Oh, the commie comes in.
It's going to be broken.
Hold on.
Oh.
Discard, I'm assuming?
Yeah, and I'll take 1 for that.
So there's the 3rd break for Case. So we're sitting on strongholds, folks.
No actions.
Okay, I
No
pass.
actions.
I come down.
Case as first player. Now, the other thing that's in the mix is Jason's
I
honor.
want water. Fire.
Fire.
Honor.
Alright, well. That's my
Here's
favorite one.
There it is.
shameful display.
So it goes over
Yep.
two.
And-
Yes.
What is your first action? I wonder.
And the touches.
Okay.
Because I can't do it by her by herself. So you
Okay, I'm gonna
can-
assassinate your still comes on.
So shameful, honor, dishonor.
And I will forge Edict your censure.
And just like that, Jason is pretty gimped. He only has 2 fate, so Cavalry Reserves is not in play.
I'm in conflict action.
Your turn out.
It's not even in play because it's political,
I
so
said
he has to
I
change
pass
it
on
and
conflict.
then
You said I have a pre-conflict action.
move, but even if he
Right,
changes it,
because
I
I thought
think
you were passing on your
he's
first conflict.
losing.
Okay.
You did not say action, you said conflict.
And it was right after the draw.
I'll take an honor from it.
What I heard was I passed conflict.
Ready.
Apologies.
So. That is.
Okay.
And Case takes it.
No actions.
Case takes the fire ring. And now Case is on Stronghold, and Jason's at 2 honor. Not looking good for the unicorns, for the ponies.
Yeah, that's conflict.
I will do 3 rings.
Yes.
Plus 2
I'm
glory.
going to do
Take that.
Keep her hurt.
I will,
Can't afford to lose more fate. I mean, honor. No actions.
I also have no
But in this case, Case is going air.
Move
He
that
goes
one.
air.
Yep.
She's dishonored.
And we are good at the moment, right?
I'll pop this. Both gain 1.
Okay.
Oh, he gains 2 honor. Oh, Case went fire. I'm sorry.
You have 3 to my 3 years away.
So the favor stays because it's all even up.
I gain 2 honor and 2 quarters.
Yep. I lose an honor. Giver is disgraced.
2 honor and 2 cards thanks to the Crane's Sincerity Giver
6.
that Case has in play. I forget his name. I'm sorry, folks. I don't play with that one Crane character, so not familiar enough with him to name him off the top of my head. Again, not looking good for the unis. They're at 3 honor.
7 tokens, so.
Case has considerable amounts of honor. He has 4 dice there.
Back.
Another keeper.
That's why I won't check.
Oh, some expensive flop on Jason's side.
You're first. Tell me more stories, or are you going to be sad?
I never play craps. I'm like, wait, what does this card do? Everything's always Phoenix Dragon or Scorpion on.
Getting my 2 big guys out first turn did not help.
More stories.
More stories.
You were kind of
Story
out
time.
there.
Well, 2, 4. There was nothing I could do to stop you, so I told him.
Understood. You could be frustrating. I've been on the receiving end of that.
And then I'll pass.
Plenty of things I should have been able to do, but couldn't. So I guess that's gonna be
I understand. And I said you couldn't just get any momentum going.
No, not at all.
Can you choose a 0?
No.
No. Okay.
If you have someone who reduces your bid, you can reduce it to 0.
Is there someone that reduces bid?
3.
I know that the manipulator will increase it. but-
Contingency plan. You can use.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's why it's not competitive combo.
Case.
But where the chrysanthemum
plays out. A character that I don't recognize. Maybe it's a savvy politician again, I think.
Although, you know what, I noticed if you get a huge influx of mana like that, it really can slow you down. Because the
I
Only hitting one.
Yeah,
leaves you a lot of wiggle room.
And Jason is
I screwed up.
hesitant.
I'm gonna play.
I'll also
Passes with 6 fate.
Honestly, I don't remember the first
Oh, I
one
don't
that
do it.
much. I don't.
attack.
I have Yakuna.
And when you have Uni so they can't draw cards, they're in a rough spot. Uni have those great conflict cards, but if they can't draw them, they're toast.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, counteracting it.
I have a lot of
Go
stuff
ahead.
kept blocking that, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for
Pass.
Crazy.
Case is just drawing cards left and right.
But I saw that you
Jason has one character in play,
You had your champion, and you didn't put him.
so there's going to be some unopposed stuff coming,
Because
I think.
I would have had
Or
no
not.
faith.
Case is going all in.
Okay.
Fire.
It would have,
8, 10.
Because you did have block faith.
Yeah.
That's true.
you know, it would.
For 9.
I wanted to be able to. I had
10 political on
everything
Case's
listed
side.
on my hand, but not-
And you got to guess he's got a Wave Crane.
The big guy. Yeah.
But maybe that would have been a better play.
I don't know. I didn't.
Well, can't do that anymore, but I can do this.
No actions. No defenders.
Kami
no
Unleashed. I think.
Yeah.
Yes, Kami Unleashed. And there's the Cav Reserves. There it is.
Which one do you want least?
Right hand.
Okay.
So sure.
No,
Second.
7.
I'll go second.
3, 5.
That's probably what I
7,
should have done the first game.
Alright.
Get the extra.
Interesting. Case has used his Stronghold once, maybe twice. I remember the Keeper being bowed at one point, but not a lot of bowing going on Case's side. He doesn't really need to.
No, 9.
So he weighs a Crane to honor.
With her.
Or sorry, he triggers Kami to trigger the Fire Ring to honor Savvy, and then the other one.
Okay.
I will.
5.
No actions between conflicts.
Pass.
Sure, 8.
Yeah, I'm also
Spin 2.
Pass.
One card left.
One card left.
Supernatural Storm and Bonsai.
11. So now you're winning, but not 13.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I think Jason did play Captive Audience earlier.
Also pass.
Okay.
Dishonor.
Dishonoring Juro. Jason's at 2 honor.
Anything going on?
Huh?
Anything going on?
How he has 0 glory is beyond me.
It's a political rival.
It's ridiculous
He's
though.
not glorious.
I know, but for 6 political and defending, come on, give me 1 glory. Give me 1 glory. Let me take 1 more pass.
Well, he's only one defending.
I
I want to take it.
know. We'll play Kami Unleashed.
Okay. Some silver Sharpie.
No,
Yeah.
it'd still be triggered, which is why.
Provide some contrast.
Is that right? I also know what that is. I really don't want to go in there.
I'm going to play
Well, that's actually the friendliest.
the question.
Using one.
Another card.
What else gets you fate?
Yep.
2 more actually.
Here.
Yeah, 2 fate. That's
What was there?
really don't want to go there. So
Correct.
Alright, you taking
Oh,
1
it's a
honor or
mess.
gain a 2?
I'll gain 2.
Okay.
But then if you're going to attack the air, you can win. You can take 1, not have to defend. But 6, so I'm going to pass.
All right.
My conflicts.
Sure. Okay.
All right, so he passes.
Politically?
We'll see what you do.
All right.
Jason did the math after a little bit.
Uh,
Prognosticated that he has to defend.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that was a surprise. All depends.
Yeah. Alright, I pass drop is
Military with a 5 or 6, I think.
I got
5.
5.
He's coming with
Good
5.
enough to crack if you get it.
I spend play the check you want.
But this looks like game because Juro is
First card.
dishonored.
I'm going
So
to
unless
declare
Jason can
a
do something about
military
Juro being
ability.
dishonored or win this conflict, it looks like game
Oh, I guess the room's
over.
plans? Okay.
And she is going to declare her word on
Pass.
Pass.
on her ability.
Jason passes.
Oh, wait, what did you?
Case passes. Jason
Oh,
passes.
Okay. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'll take one from you. All right, we're good. And then, or anything on
Boom.
Yep. And there it is. Game.
Good game.
Thanks for watching, folks. More to come.
it.